We're ready for the last page of the Chapter 4 practice test, page 5, and we have 25A and B, long division for the first problem, synthetic for the second. So for long division, we put our divisor outside, and the divisor is always whatever's in the denominator or what's listed second. Then as we write our dividend, we have to make sure everything's in order and accounted for. So 18x cubed, that's good. And then I go, oh, wait a minute, there's no x squared term. So I write plus 0x squared and then plus 7x. Well, there's the dog, man, plus 12. So now do I have everything accounted for? X to the third, x to the second, x to the first, constant, all present and accounted for. So you can't miss any exponents from the first to the last. Everything has to be accounted for. So remember, we have a 3-step process. We start with dividing, so we always divide the front terms. So 18x cubed divided by 3x will be our first step. And that's 6. 3 minus 1, x squared. So above the x squared term, so had you not put the 0 in when you went to write this above its like term, you would have went, oh, I forgot the 0. So in long division, you can catch your error. Synthetic, the next one you cannot. So this is positive 6x squared. So division's done for the first time. Now I multiply. So we have 6x squared times 3x, which would be 18. Add your exponents, 1 plus 2, x to the third. And then we have to multiply it by the other term as well. If there's 5 terms up there, you have to multiply all 5. We just have 2. Negative 12x squared. Okay, multiplication's done for the first time. Now we draw the line and change the signs. So all the signs in the bottom row have to change. And if you've done it correctly, remember that will cancel, and it does. 18 minus 18, 0. So now we have 0 plus 12 with our sign change. So 12x squared, and we bring down our next term plus 7x. So subtraction is done for the first time. And we can see we're going to have to go through the cycle 3 times because there's 3 terms to cover. So now we're back at the beginning. Once you get done with subtraction, you just go back to the beginning. So 12x squared divided by 3x is 4x to the first. And there's no sign there. That means it's positive. So up at the top, I write positive 4x. So division's done for the second time. Now I just extend these. So 4x times 3x would be 12x squared minus 8x. So multiplication's done for the second time. Now I draw the line, change the signs. Do the front terms cancel? Yes. So that tells me I'm on the right track. So there's little checks along the way that you'll always be able to tell if you're on the right track. So that's one of them. So now we have 7 plus 8, which is 15x plus 12. So subtraction's done for the second time. Now we have one more round through the cycle. So back to division. 15x divided by 3x. X divided by x is 1, so we just get positive 5. So we write plus 5. Division's done for the last time, you can see. So we just have multiply and subtract. So now extend it over here, and we have 15x minus 10. 15x minus 10. So multiplication's done for the last time. draw the line, change the signs. That's a rule for subtraction. You always have to change all the signs in the second polynomial. Check to see if you've done it correctly. Do these cancel like they should? Yep. And had you forgot to change the signs, you would have thought your remainder was 12 minus 10 too, when it's really 12 plus 10, 22. So then we write our quotient as 6x squared plus 4x plus 5. This remainder is positive, so we write plus, and we put remainder over divisor, 3x minus 2. So that will be my answer for that really long division problem. Okay, last one of chapter 4, your most important chapter of the semester. So, for synthetic division, we need to first find out what x is. So set x equal to 0, and when we solve, we can see x is negative 3. So that negative 3 goes out in front in a box to show it's a divisor. It's not part of the coefficient matrix, it's a divisor. And this is a mess. It's all out of order, it's missing terms, so you should rewrite it in the proper order with numbers in front of everything so that before you put it here. So highest power is 4, so it'd be 1 x to the 4th, because remember, these are going to be coefficients, so you don't want to accidentally write 0 there. That's a 1. And then plus 4x cubed. And then I go, oh, wait a minute, there's no x squared, so now's my time to fill in the 0, 0x squared. So when the term's missing, it's 0. When the term's there without a number, its coefficient's 1. So make sure you understand the difference there. And then plus 5x minus 6. And then just check to make sure every exponent's accounted for. 4, 3, 2, 1, no x. Bingo! So now just the coefficients, the numbers in front, come down here. So 1, 4, 0, 5, negative 6. And we have a two-step process with synthetic, so I always put that addition there to remind me, because we're so used to subtracting on the long division. I feel like we need that reminder there. So we start synthetic by dropping the first coefficient, and that's why we keep this in the box, so you don't accidentally drop it. So then we're going to multiply on the diagonal, so negative 3 times 1, and it goes under your next term. Then we add. So we just multiplied. Now we add. 4 plus negative 3 is 1. Then we multiply on the diagonal, negative 3. Then we add. 0 plus negative 3 is negative 3. Then we multiply on the diagonal, positive 9. Then we add. 5 plus 9 is 14. Then we multiply on the diagonal, negative 42. And remember, this last one's a remainder, so it should also be in the box so you don't accidentally call it your constant. So negative 6 plus negative 42, when the signs are the same, you add and keep the sign. So now we only have one more job left. Our leading coefficient was x to the 4th, and we're dividing it by x. Well, x to the 4th divided by x is x to the 3rd, because we subtract exponents. And remember how I said this is always going to be one less than the original. And that's another reason why you want to rewrite it so you have the original power right there. So this is going to be x cubed, one less than that, x squared, x to the 1st, constant. I always do it this way. I go, okay, that's my remainder, constant, x to the 1st, x to the 2nd, x to the 3rd. Then I look up and see if it's one less than the original, which it should be. So we drop off the ones when we write the answer. If there's no signs in front, we can assume they're positive. So x cubed plus x squared minus 3x plus 14. The remainder is negative, so you can either write plus a negative. That's probably what most students will do, so I'll do it like that. So you put the remainder, but you do need that. If you don't have the plus sign, then it's a multiplication problem, and this is not 14 times negative 48. This is 14 plus the remainder. So the remainder over the divisor, x plus 3. So don't write negative 3. You have to write it so it looks like this form up here, just like the divisor. So we just use the coefficients to work it, but we need everything for the answer. So the divisor, whoops, got it out of the picture, is x plus 3. And you could also have minus and then the 48 positive there, so they're both correct. But I think most students put the plus in and then put the remainder sign up there with it, which makes sense. But you do have to have a sign there. So either a minus here with a plus up there or a plus here with a minus there, because plus a minus or minus a plus are both negative. And that would be your answer. So now you have all the tools, every problem worked out for you, so you can be successful on your test. So study hard.